What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Bandai Ultra action figure Ultraman Arc with the Luna armor and the Soless armor and his sword, which I don't know what it's called. That's right, we got a nice little set here of Ultraman Arc in the Ultra action figure line. Ultraman Arc is the latest Ultraman series in Japan, and you can watch it every Friday night on YouTube. Now, me and Ultrazilla Jr., and if you saw my Facebook page and my Twitter, you know that I didn't like the first episode at all of this show, and the rest of it we've recently watched up to number 5. Number 6 is now out. Haven't watched that yet, but it's been kind of hit and miss for me. Like, there's some things that I like about it, and some things I really hate about it. But we've been watching it because it's Ultraman, and you know, it's fun. Overall, you know, like, but yeah. For me though, I decided if I'm gonna get anything Ultraman Arc, this was perfect that they did this. Because you get, you know, the 2 major armors. Now, this armor hasn't even appeared yet on the show, but this one has. So I figured for 30-something bucks, I believe it was, in total, like, that's less than just getting the figure arts plain of Ultraman Arc, and then they were selling armor sets for like $30-something each. Nah, I'm good, you know, especially since I'm kind of like on the fence about how I feel about the show. This works out as something we could check out, because, you know, I like to do that and celebrate the new shows that are out with a little bit of figure action. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here's Ultraman Arc out of the package. And the first thing we're going to do, we'll just take the articulation out of the way. The head moves like so, if you've never seen these guys. Arms move like so at the shoulder. You got a bicep swivel. You got a single jointed elbow. You got rotation at the wrist. You have finger articulation, 2 separate joints, which is very cool. Nothing in the waist or chest. Legs split that much. Goes forward and doesn't really go back. Deep hinge at the knee. And the ankles are on ball joints. So it's not like, you know, super articulated, but it's articulated enough. It's not, you'll never, you know, mistake this for like a vinyl figure. You know what I'm saying? It's less, it's like a basically articulated figure, if you want to call it like that. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you just saw the Shin Ultraman, you know, Ultra action figure, and that was your first taste of these, now you're seeing another one. So anyway, let's just stick here. What you got here also, if you've never seen these, is screw holes in the back. Now, the Ultra action figure did not have that, which was interesting. I don't know why, but they decided, you know what, we're gonna make that one a little bit better, because it's going to come out in the US and stuff, so that's what my thinking. But you do usually, traditionally, get the screw holes. You got 3 screw holes there in the back to keep the figure body together. You also don't really get any paint on the back at all. I mean, this is painted, though. This black, which looks really cool. And it looks really nice. It's done in a matte. Very, very nicely done. I like that a lot. I think the design is pretty good. Head sculpt is pretty good too. You got silver and gold, because the eyes are gold and the rest is silver. And you got blue on there, which is painted towards, you know, all the way to the end, which is good. It looks really good. It's a nice Ultraman head. I like how his ears are shaped. The mouth looks good. Yeah, it's really, really nice. I do dig the design. I like his little fin on top. Very nice, for sure. Now, his chest, you got his color timer there. In blue, you do not get a separate color timer for pink. thankfully. But the design around the color timer is really nice. And you got the red, you got the silver, and that goes down here. But the rest is done in a gray plastic and not silver. So that's something different than you would get, you know, with the SHF. You would most likely get it all silver, right? Like, there's no doubt about it. You do have some silver paint right on the arm there for whatever reason. They decided, yeah, let's paint that silver. I don't know. So it is what it is. But it's a decent shade of a gray, and then you do have red paint, you know, on the arms and on the legs there. So, you know, it is what it is. This is what you're getting with these figures for the most part, you know, so I'm fine with it. You know, I dig it. Like I said, I just felt like the cost of this set, being able to get everything all together, was so much better than having to get the 3 different pieces to make it in SHF form, and it's going to cost you like triple the amount. Nah, I'm good. This time I'm good because, you know, the show is like, yeah, it's okay. It's not like, you know, I don't need an SHF this time. And I think this figure is going to do me fine. So getting into the accessories. First up, he comes with his sword, which is cool. Like the figure. Paint on the front, silver. Nothing on the back. But it should go like this because that's supposed to be like the eyes there. It's pretty cool. It's a decent sculpt. I like it enough. You open up his hand. And you close it around the sword. It should be good to go. There you go. Let's do better. Yeah, it works. Looks pretty good. It's pretty big in his hand, and it should be. It's a cool sword. So yeah, I like it. I do. I think it works. Can we do the putting it over his eye thing? I think we can actually. Let's see. Pretty much. Let's raise it. Let's raise Arc's head here. Yeah. Yeah, it works. So before we armor him up, I did want to like shout out how cool it is that they kind of just put the armors together without the figures inside. They're kind of like these cool little beings almost. I don't know, something interesting about the way they look like this. Like this looks, oh, it doesn't look anymore, but these look like little claws on this guy. But I don't know, something about him was very interesting to me, and I did want to point it out. So to put on the Soless armor, you do have to take it apart a little bit. And then you have this back piece that goes around his shoulders, like so. Make sure, yeah, around his neck, really. Well, his shoulders, yeah. You want to do that. And then you have separate pieces here. That's going to go... Oh, I knew that was going to happen if I didn't do it first. Let's put that back there. And now we have the front piece. So you're going to align it. And pop it in. There you go. Now it's good. So yeah, you got the forearm piece there. You have, oh, I forgot this. This piece goes here on the back of the neck. And here is the other forearm piece. Pop that in. And then these just go over his hands, which is interesting. And it works. Just friction, and it stays. I don't know, the plastic quality works. It just works for what you want it to do. It's pretty interesting. There you go. Ta-da! All armored up with the Soless armor, and it looks really, really good. You know, nothing on the back in terms of paint, but it's the Ultra action figure line. It's par for the course. We know what we're getting here, but you do get the molded detail, which looks pretty good. So, you know, there's that. On the front, the gold looks fantastic. It really does. You know, wherever it is, it looks great. And then the center, this kind of like pearl looking, it's not silver, it's like a pearl, I would think. And it looks good. It looks really, really good. You know, surrounded by the orange. It's nice. It's a nice orange, so it's good. I like it. And it's got a nice sculpt, and it just makes him look beefier and cooler. And I'm impressed with like how these little hand glove things are just frictioned on, and they stay pretty well. It's pretty good. Yeah. Like, of course, yeah, you got his hand underneath there. Whatever. It works. Everything stays on well. He poses well with them. You can even check my Facebook, my Instagram, for that. And like, it looks good. It's cool. I like the sculpt on the hands. Again, these things here look good. So for me, yeah, this really, really works. It's a really nice looking piece here, for sure. As for the Luna armor, start out with this back piece here. And then you take this little piece. And it is a little tougher to get in. A little tougher than the Soless armor to get aligned there, but it does work. Now, you have this piece on the back here, which is pretty cool. This comes off, actually, and he's going to use this, I guess, as a weapon. Like I said, I haven't seen it in the show yet. So, so I'm not 100% sure what he does with it. But it definitely goes in his hand, like so. So, I don't know. Then you got these two other pieces that I believe just go on the back here. They attach, I think, this way. Like, I don't know. It's a little odd, but I believe that's how they go in. Yeah, there's a little thing there, so it's got to be this way. I think I have this one just. It is keyed. It looks like. There's this little notch over here. I think you gotta get it in on an angle. See, I did it on this side nicely. Here we go. So yeah, it's kind of like Blue Beetle-esque. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of cool. There is a metallic blue over what's already kind of a metallic-y blue. And that metallic blue paint is actually really nice. And then you got that silvery. This is more silvery than the pearl on, right? I think so. And then you got that color. Again, actually, this is more gray over here. You got the paint on there, which looks good. And then the blue plastic paint on there. It's pretty good sculpt, actually. I do like it. And back, again, no paint, but it looks really good. Like, beautiful looking, honestly. And that blue is sharp, so I do dig it. I do dig it. It's pretty nice. I think this and the sword go very well together. I'm not sure if that's how it's going to go. But I feel like this and the sword look like a match to me. Like, this almost looks like a shield for his sword and shield thing. So I'm kind of digging that idea. And these are on like little ball joints, by the way. Same thing with the Soless armor. I didn't show that, but yeah, I think you can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I dig both of the armors. I think they're really cool, and I think he looks really good with them. So very, very nice set. And in case you were wondering, I do prefer the Soless armor more. I think it just looks cooler. I love, the punching gloves and the spikes on his forearms. It's just a really cool look. And then the sun in the middle. Yeah, for this particular character, this one works better. And for your size comparisons, here is Ultraman Arc with a couple of SH Monster Arts, a couple of SH Figure Arts, and one Ultra action figure with Sevenger in the back. And one more bonus size comparison, because I figured I can't really do an Ultraman figure right now without bringing in Ultraman Rising. So here is the Ultra action figure of Ultraman Rising. And as you can see, they're very, very different, but at the base, they are like that similar Ultra action figure design. The only difference is the Ultraman Rising figure, like I mentioned, doesn't have any screw holes in the back, just in case you forgot. That's what it looks like. And I think that's the way Bandai should go with these figures. I think they'll make them a lot more palatable for a lot of folks if you take away those screw holes. I don't know. Ultraman Arc is obviously done on their old style body. They've been using since pretty much the beginning. So I think it's time to update, guys. I think it's time to update. You're getting a little bit more notice now. So yeah, how about updating and, hey, maybe selling more? Just a little bit of advice. And my final thoughts, I think this is a really nice set. I think this is one of the cooler Ultra Action figure sets we've gotten. But the last Ultraman Rising set with Emmy was fantastic too. So that's 2 in a row for me that I've picked up that both have been really good. They've been a little bit more chunky, a little more deluxe than just a plain figure. Like I said though, with the comparison with Ultraman Rising, this old figure body could use a little bit of an upgrade. So I hope Bandai actually does that. That would be really good for the line if they upgraded the body just a bit. I mean, they did really, really well with Ultraman Rising and that figure. So you have, you have the design at your hands now. You know what to do it, implement it with the rest of the line. And I think they should have done it here already. Because like I said, you still got this like old body and it's still got like old lines on it that, it shouldn't be there, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's my 2 cents with that. But that all said, I do think the figure is very nice. The armor is great. I love the Soless armor. The Luna armor is really cool too. It's a little fiddly, I gotta admit. And I just think this is cooler. I like the colors and I like the punching aspect of it. I do wish they painted this guy a little more silver, like that Ultraman Rising figure again. They kind of spoiled us with it. So I wish they did that. It's like the only reason to get the SHF would be that. But this is a very good substitute, and like I said, for me personally, it's probably the only way I'm going. If I do ever get the Figuarts, it's not going to be anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. So that's one of those decisions I made. Cost-cutting decisions. I did want to cover one of the figures here, and this was perfect for me. One set, get everything. Whether I like the show or not, ultimately, like, I still wanted to cover something from the show, and I felt like this was the perfect thing to do. So there you have it. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection with some Ultraman stuff. Until next time, peace out.